And so that's that. With this, I have now completed all the bonus chapters in the game. But you didn't think I had it easy, did you? No, this is Fire Emblem, obviously, and I had quite a few amusing issues, let's just say, that occurred in some of these chapters. Both the BS ones, and in the 3 downloadable chapters. So, I guess you know what time it is. It's time for one final, super long, extended edition of the Fail Channel! It's been a long ride, hasn't it? We've brought you such failures as Mary Sue getting a little too many crits for her own good, clumsily leaving characters in range of dragons, and Thomas getting critted on his first attempt at being useful. And now, this is it. The final episode of the Fail Channel. For this game, at least. I don't think I need to drag on this introduction anymore. Let's get right to the failing! This first batch of fails comes from BS Episode 1. I actually had quite a few problems with this one. You can probably tell most of them were due to Nina and Boa being a little bit frail. Actually, that wasn't where most of the problems came from, surprisingly enough. No, most of the problems came from Midia being a headstrong goof. You'll see what I mean in a moment. So back in BS Chapter 1, things were going alright. I basically had, oh, by the way, Nina would have survived that archer, so don't worry about that. So I had my knights. I was blockading with the knights in the front and the weaker characters in the back, boxing ourselves in this little treasure room here, and I decided, hey, why not have Midia go out here and equip her silver lance? This ended as predictably as you'd probably expect. Now, I remember talking about, back in my initial commentary for this chapter, about how Midia is kind of a glass cannon. She's great on the offense, not so great on the defense. You're going to see that in action right now. Now, it may not look like these guys are doing too much damage to her, but the real problem she suffers from is the fact that, just like that whole too much crit will kill you thing, she actually tends to kill too many enemies for her own good. And as you can see here, the more enemies she kills, the more of the other enemies get to attack her. Now, if she could dodge better, or this was awakening, then well, this would have been alright. But as you'll notice here, she's been reduced to enough HP that, well, bye-bye Midia. Yeah, you'll see what that kind of thing happens. It's, yeah, it's quite common, sorry for the cut-off, and the kind of thing that the Japanese fandom has a specific term from. Right then. Here's another case of it happening again! So yeah, here's a similar situation. I was doing quite well until I decided to do this. Yeah, even with only this many enemies left, Midia still falls victim to the whole kill too many enemies for your own good thing. She also hogs all the experience, so that's not so good for the experience rank. I keep forgetting these ones are actually ranked. I'm used to the non-ranked downloadable chapters, but anyway. You might think, oh wow, there's only one corridor of attack towards Midia. Actually, well, that one was enough. You'll see. Now, speaking of which, I've actually heard that the AI in this game has interesting patterns. They actually don't always go for the one who they're gonna kill. They will always go for whoever they do the most damage to. So in this case, out of the armored guy and Midia, they go for Midia. And basically, yeah. Also, I've already discovered this, but the AI always moves their units in a specific order too. So if you're really, really good, you can actually abuse the game's AI to your advantage, but I'm not quite on that level yet. I prefer to rely on my character's stats, really. Hey, I got a chest key, that's not going to be of any use to me. Okay, one dodge. You'll see that, yeah, if she even dodged one of them, you probably think, hey, she's definitely going to survive. Nope. One armor. Dead. 2 armors. Dead. 3 and two chest keys and 3 armors. And Mitty is dead. This last failure occurred much later. Now remember in my main run of this chapter, I kept telling you to keep Massillon's HP above 20 because the boss can double him. You're about to see why. Yeah, Thomas getting hurt. Not that bad. Here is why I stress that you always keep Massillon's health above 20. Because again, the boss can double him, and this happens! Our next assortment of failures come from BS Chapter 2. In fact, we only have one failure for this one. Hey, come on, player, you're supposed to make things more amusing for us. Why didn't you fail more here? Well, I, tried. This was an easy chapter, come on. Oh well, I guess we'll cut you some slack in this case. Okay, roll the tape. Basically, this failure here amounted to one thing, one very stupid thing. I didn't check the enemy's ranges properly. Here I had the archer's ranges locked in, but didn't realise that certain other enemies would be just as much, if not more, of a threat to my Pegasus Knights. Yeah, this happened on the first turn, fortunately, so I didn't lose a lot of progress. Also, I stupidly moved Wolf there and didn't equip his sword. But anyway, I was thinking, hey, Esther's gonna be fine. She is completely out of their range. Okay, skipping a little bit ahead there, skipping the boss's conversation. Minerva gets hit. Fine. This is all fine. Nothing you haven't seen before. This was all part of the plan. That wasn't. Yeah, I kind of forgot that I wasn't locking in all the ranges, and, again, yes, I was only concerned about the, archer's range, not realizing that that could happen. Damn deceptively big attack ranges. That was your only failure? Seriously? Oh well, I guess this next chapter is gonna make up for it. Next we have BS Chapter 3, and boy do we have a lot of fails to show you here. I'll just say it now, the vast majority of my fails for this chapter can be summed up as Ricard being a frail wimp. Seriously, I still think Ricard is quite possibly the worst main lord in the entire series, if you count this chapter as him being a main lord. Like this. Bye-bye, Ricard. Yep, he gets killed by generic thieves. That's how bad he is. Now, I'm keeping in a bit more of the footage here, because this time I actually tried something a little different. Because of the whole warp and rescue thing, there's an infinite variety of possible strategies you can use here, and as you'll see here, it took me a long time before I found one that really worked for me. Here is one of the attempts I tried. First, putting Lena on the wall so as to reduce the enemy's lines of attack to her, I warp Ricard directly to the chest in the first turn, thereby getting him away from those generic thieves who can kill him. Now, I've got to keep him away from the boss because that guy's going to really wreck this guy. He might even double him actually. And I've also got to watch out for that guard up there, but for the time being I can just grab this chest. This was an attempt to see if I could salvage a bit more of the 200 gold chests before the thieves could get them. Because I didn't really feel satisfied with the amount I was saving in the regular run. Then again, this did take place before the regular run, but still, this was just an idea I had. Again, to get more of those 200 gold chests. I just feel really bad when you lose those because there's no way to get them back. Hey, Castor, you better not miss this time. Actually, you... Oh, right, okay. Basically what I did here was, I then, blocked off Lena's flanks with Castor, kind of. So I didn't even have him attack at all. I just wanted to keep Lena safe. Anyway, we did lose one of the 200 gold chests. I'm still not sure how you save that one, really. I kind of wanted more of them to go to Narbo, actually. Damn it. And Castor's really hurting, but at least we have, Lena to patch him up, except we have a problem here. Because I think we have to rescue Ricard now, or he's definitely going to die. Can he take one more turn here? Maybe not. Yeah, we're going to have to rescue him really soon. Now, what was the other thing I wanted to grab here? the closest chest that, to the thieves, just to delay their advance a little bit longer. Make sure they swipe less of the treasure. Of course, preventing them from swiping the energy drop is actually not that big a deal, just because you can get it back by killing them, and you probably will. Anyway, then, we have a bit of a problem here, because I need to heal Castor, but, I really hope that Ricard doesn't die. Yeah, here's where I start to realise, yeah, there may have been a slight problem in my plan. Lost the master key. I'll get that back eventually. And ow, 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 ow. That's not good at all. And you just could barely even tickle him. Whew, this is getting close. Yeah, you'll notice here that I'm starting to think, yeah, actually, maybe this plan wasn't such a good idea. Maybe I have to start from scratch. So... ooh, so close. Okay, I have to rescue Ricard now. And here's where things go pear-shaped. Because if I rescue him now, I will have to kill all these thieves to prevent him, Castor, or Lena from dying. Unfortunately, I don't think I can do that. I really don't. Unless Narval gets really lucky with a crit. Even then, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. If I don't rescue Ricard, Ricard dies. If I do rescue Ricard, Lena, Castor, or Ricard himself is going to die, because I can't rescue and heal in the same turn. So, I'm screwed either way. It's a lose-lose situation. Yeah, I'm basically screwed here. I realise that. There's no way for me to survive this, so I'm basically just making my time here. Yeah, get back over here, Ricard, so you can die with the rest of us. Yeah, level up. It's not going to last long. Yeah, I'm screwed here. Yeah, I stuffed this up completely. Yeah, if you're not smart with how you use those warp and rescue staves, you are going to get into a situation like this, where you're completely oh, come on, spite me and grab those chests before you kill me. That's ridiculous. And Ricard dies again! Yay! Oh, I hate Ricard. Okay, you've already seen this one, but I thought it was such a classic that I may as well show it to you again. Here we are, we need to kill one of these guys this turn, otherwise someone's gonna die, and Castor misses an 87%. Yeah, you can tell what's gonna happen next. Oh boy, yeah, this was the infamous one that, yeah, I showed off, before. I just had to show this twice, because I found it just... yeah, too good to show once. There are times when the RNG really screws with you, but this... oh boy, this was insane. Oh, failing the chapter just because I missed an 87%. Ugh. Almost as bad as losing a Pokemon battle just because you miss Will-O-Wisp or something. That has actually happened to me before. That's why I hate low accuracy moves in the Pokemon games, but Fire Emblem has no excuse for this because Fire Emblem, unlike Pokemon, uses 2 RNs. Which means that 87% is, in fact, let me just look up Serena's Forest. Oh, you're kidding me. According to their table, it's 96.75%. 96.75%! Only slightly above 3% a chance of him missing that and Thank you for that outburst here at the Fail Channel. We appreciate your frustration. It doesn't really do much to help me, you know. 96.75%, seriously. Oh, quit your whining. Because you're gonna have even more reason to whine now, because we're playing the fail montage from BS4. Ugh, do you have to? Come on. Oh, we do have to. Yep, everyone needs to know how badly you failed miserably in completing this chapter. So, we're gonna roll the tapes, and in fact, we've got a lot of footage here. I think we have more failures from this chapter than from any single chapter combined in the entire game, including the entirety of the main story. Yep, this is where the player really started to fail. Let's see it in action. I hate this chapter. And so we start off with a situation of Camus suffering from Midia syndrome, which I'm actually going to use that as the term for this kind of thing throughout the rest of my Fire Emblem playthroughs. So from now on, Midia syndrome is when on the enemy phase, you kill too many enemies for your own good and you increase your, avenues for enemies to attack you, you keep getting damaged, and you eventually die. So, yeah, even this guy, one of the continent's greatest generals, even he's not immune. I thought it'd be fine being on a forest, but if you notice this, these enemies have hit rates in the 50s, and, well, you'll see what happens. So, of course, I'm actually abusing the Gradivis quite a lot. I really shouldn't have here. The regular Silver Lance would have done just enough, actually. Doubling these guys. I'm 2 killing everything even with this. Wow. Oh, come on. You can't give me the crits on his first attack. It's the law of low percent crit. Oh, come on. It's the law of low percent crits, isn't it? You only get them when you don't need them. Actually, this was kind of the reason why I equipped the Gradivis, so I could do that. Of course, I could have always traded him one of the javelins. Maybe Belf had one. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, you'll notice things are looking pretty bad for him around this point. You're gone. Unfortunately, he's going to be gone sooner or later. A paladin. Ouch! Yep, here's where things are getting really, really bad. You may have noticed that he has not dodged once this entire time. Man, this guy's gonna kill him, isn't he? Yep, bye-bye, Camus, sorry. Damn it! You could have dodged at least once. And now we have a specific type of failure for this chapter I like to call trapped between a rock and a hard place. The rock being the pursuing Dolurian forces, the hard place being those bandits. This is where things, yeah. I mentioned in the commentary to avoid letting this happen. I let it happen several times. You'll see. Oh, yeah, it's not good when this happens. Basically, Nina is out here in the open, and if Nina, I've given through the Rider's Vein, but basically, if one of those bandits reaches Nina, chop chop, her head is off. Instantly. One shot. This was really bad. I hated this chapter so much. And this is only the second fail clip, and I'm already frustrated. Yeah, guys, this is why don't expect me to be getting that kill the boss ending in a while, because, oh boy. Now, I will, just point out, yeah, I'll give her the men staff, not that it helps, she's kind of pretty bad at healing, even with that. Anyway, a lot of my fails in this chapter were mostly due to Robert dying, because for some reason, his defense is really, really pathetic. Really pathetic. I really don't know why. His defense just sucks. As you'll see here. Bang. And... wait, not quite yet. Bang. Yeah, things aren't looking good. And the one... oh, wait, it was Belf this time. Oh, wait, it wasn't. Oh, nice dodge, Belf. Unfortunately, that's not going to save you. And oh, no, come on! Belf was just starting to be awesome. First the fan translation controversy, and now this. This poor guy can't even catch a break. Okay, this one was pretty much just a brief one. Here's what happens if you let one of the bandits get to Nina. This happens. It's not fun. And I think this time we're about to see some Robert death. Yeah, we probably are going to see some Robert death here. Bye, Robert. It won't be the last time, I assure you. He's got a surprisingly long death quote, too. Right there, next one is, I actually can't quite remember what happened here, but suffice to say, it was kind of a failure. So, I put, I used Belf to distract these, guys over here. Oh, wow. This could end badly. This could end very, very badly. Very, very, very badly. Oh, yeah, nice one. Hey, Belf, you're being surprisingly awesome here, I will say. Shame this is the fail channel. Yeah, I think after all that, it's actually Robert who's going to be dying again. Yeah, miraculous escape from Belf, not so miraculous escape from Robert, who was trying to kill that thief before he reached the village. Yeah, this was just trying something, but unfortunately the other enemies put paid to that plan. Here's another Robert death, because you won't get tired of seeing these, trust me. Oh, poor guy, seriously. Oh, he's seriously like the Rory Williams of this chapter. And, okay, Sirius is doing pretty well, and then I realise I leave Robert exposed again! Oh, this will end as predictably as you'd expect. Oh my Naga, they killed Robert again! Those dastards! Oh, so close, so close! Remember I told you to keep Nina away from those guys because they double her? Yeah, that's why. Oh, so close! Yes, so close, and yet so far. Well, that's the end of the outtakes for that chapter. Thank goodness for that. Right then, let's move on to the downloadable chapters. With BS done, first up is downloadable chapter 1, Wind and Thunder, and what's this? Oh, we don't actually have any failures from this chapter. I am disappointed. Well, to be fair, I did lose Etzel in the, my first attempt of that one. Oh, right, did you? I wasn't really counting that. That was the Japanese version. Yeah, well, I guess that kinda counts, but oh well. Moving on. Yes, agreeing with you there. Moving on. Next up is downloadable chapter 2, and, well, we did actually have a few failures here. Let's roll the tapes. Remember how I told you that your character's low luck stats in this chapter could really screw you over with fluke enemy crits? Surprise! I'm actually really surprised this didn't happen more often than this. This was the only instance of this I actually got the whole chapter. 2 mages, both alike in dignity. One has 20 HP, one has 21 HP. Choose right, and you'll proceed to the next turn. Choose wrong, and Athena dies a painful death. Yeah, I had no excuse for that one. And now, the grand finale. Yes, the last chapter for the Fail channel, downloadable chapter 3. Overly long name chapter. Yeah, let's just call it the Sword one. We actually have a surprisingly large amount of failures for this one. Congratulations! Well, I did tell you guys it's probably the toughest one of the downloadable chapters in a way. I mean, I don't think my strategy was even optimal anyway, but the one I used at the end sure was better than a few of the others I actually tried. And failed, as you'll be seeing in a moment. Yeah, way to rub it in. In fact, I'm proud to announce that this one chapter produced, quite possibly, the one, the only, the most epic failure of the entire playthrough. We'll save that one till last. In fact, it was the very last failure the player seems to have recorded. And boy, was it spectacular. So, hold your breaths for that one. That is gonna be amazing. Until then, we have a few regular old fails to show you. Now here's a video from one of my first plans of this chapter. My strategy here was to have Board and Cord run up and blockade on the bridge. Now this was actually clearly flawed, simply because they'd also get attacked by enemies below, so they'd be a Axeman sandwich. That, yeah, did not end well. But it didn't end well in not the way I expected it to. Sorry, that sounds like a weird sentence, but you'll see why in a bit. Yeah, exactly what killed these two turned out to be something I didn't expect. But first, level ups for the two of them. Yeah, those are going to last long. And I even made sure to use Norm to block off the Avenue hand axe attacks from a couple of the hand axe enemies. But that wasn't the problem. This was the problem. Yeah, I didn't foresee that Berserker moving that fast. Nor did I foresee him doing this. Doubling. Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep away from that guy in the future. Learning from my mistakes, this time I decided to run every single character over to this area and simply just bunch them up. Unfortunately, to prevent the hand axe from hitting Board, I had to put Cord here. A decision that would end up backfiring, due to me forgetting about the existence of a Dark Mage over there, which resulted in... Yep, you guessed it. Cord death number 2! Well, hey, a few more and you'll be overtaking Robert. Now, this failure right here, this time I ran Board and Cord up the top, and this was the strategy I ended up going with, in the actual main run. Now, at one point I was actually worried about Dice actually following them. He almost could have, but uh-oh, this is bad. Narval's been hit and he's not doing so well. That Dark Mage is going to kill him, but I won't be able to kill that Dark Mage without putting someone in range of Dice and that Devil Axe. Now, yeah, there are two reasons you don't want to get in range of dice in this Devil Axe. I didn't get a chance to explain this in the chapter itself. First reason is, well, it hurts. A lot. Second reason, if it backfires, it'll hurt him. A lot. Trust me, I've actually had Dice kill himself with Devil Axe backfire in an early run of this chapter, and yeah, it's really annoying when that happens. Oh boy. Yeah, this is the problem where you have a whole bunch of your characters injured and you have no healers. Oh, I'd do anything for a Fortify staff right now. Yeah, other than running Sheeta in there, there's really not much I can do. Also, these two look like they're gonna die too, so... yeah, I'm screwed on all levels. It just, really all there is to see who dies first. Actually, I'm not even sure who's gonna die first, so let's see. Let's play a game. See if you, the viewers, can guess which of my characters is gonna die first. Who's gonna die first? Who is it? And, surprisingly enough, it was Narbal, who refused to dodge. Speaking of Narbal, here he is, slaughtering his way through a bunch of enemies like the awesome guy he is. There's another Axeman there. I'll get Ogman to kill him off. And I will block off Ogman with Sheeta so that he doesn't die. Just gotta be careful of dice there. Unfortunately, I didn't count on that Fire Mage. Damn it. And, are you ready for it? Here it comes. The last fail of this chapter. The one, the only, the single most epic fail of the entire playthrough. Drumroll, please. Yeah, that happened. And what you're seeing here is still part of the recording. I actually left the screen on the death quote for this long. The reason for that is, I wasn't really touching my keyboard because I was almost literally ruffling when I saw this. Oh, wow, seriously. I'll just speak for myself on this one. That was amazing. It was the last enemy on the map. Normally that would frustrate the absolute hell out of me. Not this time. That was totally worth it. That one thing completely made my day. And I will say how fitting it is that the last thing, the very last way I failed a chapter in this entire playthrough was that. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before, actually. A double Devil Axe backfire. I think, personally, that's better than Devil Axe backfire against a wall. Double Devil Axe backfire. I mean, seriously, what are the chances of that? That was literally the one way I could have lost this. I was actually thinking to myself, well, I'm going to be safe here and go for the overkill, because unless Dice backfires twice, I'm going to be fine. Yeah, and then that happened. That was the one way I could have failed, and it did, and it was just amazing. I wish I could have got my reaction to that live, because I was almost literally rolling on the floor laughing after I saw that. Oh, again, the very last enemy on the map, but it wasn't frustrating in the slightest. That was one of the most hilarious things that has ever happened to me in Fire Emblem, and I am so glad I got that on camera. Also, that is a textbook example of why I don't use the Devil Axe. And that's it. I'll leave it back to you, host. Yes, I'll say that was one of the most spectacular fails I've ever seen in my lifetime. And, well, that's it. The Fail Channel is signing off for this game. This game. Yes, rest assured, the Fail Channel will be returning. As long as there are gamers to fail in games, we will exist. We are the Fail Channel. Every time you play a game, we'll be watching you. And when you fail spectacularly, we'll be sure to show it to the world. The Fail Channel will return in Big Klingy's next playthrough. You can be assured of that. See you all next time. This is the unnecessarily hammy Fail Channel host, signing off. Phew, now that he's gone, I can finally get back to talking about just this regular game. So, what's left for me to do in this game? Actually, there are a couple more things I'd like to show off. The first is Wi-Fi battles. Now, Wi-Fi battles in this game, I won't actually be able to do any of them, since, of course, this is an emulator and I can't actually get onto Wi-Fi anyway. But anyway, if you want an idea, Wi-Fi battles are where, kind of like the Link Arena in the GBA games, you make a team of 5 characters from one of your main story files, and you send them out into an arena and you battle other players. The difference is, you're actually commanding your own characters on a map, the goal being to seize a castle. Now, in practice, I usually find that teams get wiped out before they even get a chance to seize the castle, and usually it just comes down to the last one standing. These battles often get surprisingly brutal when you've got full teams of max stats against each other. Yeah, it's almost impossible to do well without RNG abusing for perfect stats and the like. And because of that, generally every character is assumed to have fully maxed out stats in this mode, and because of that, characters are tiered, not by character, but by class. It's the classes that are tiered. I believe Paladins are kind of top tier the last time I saw, because they're assumed to have 30 defense in this mode. So, like I said, I can't show an actual Wi-Fi battle, but I will show a practice battle against an AI version of one of my own teams. Now, really annoyingly, practice battles must be against a clone of the team you're using. You can't actually choose the AI's team for practice battles. If it were, well, let's just say I made a team of all the characters I hate, and I thought it would have been really fun to beat them up. Unfortunately, the game isn't going to let me do that, sadly. But anyway, let's just see a bit of Wi-Fi in action. So, we're on this menu, let's go back and check out a few of the other features. Now, I might show actually a couple of other options here. So here you got Nintendo WFC, or Wi-Fi connection. You also have here, event recap. Now, I just want to show this briefly. Yes, there's a separate event recap for male and female My Unit. Some conversations are a bit different, so that's why these exist. There's also separate things for base conversations, in other words, the supports. So you'll see a whole bunch of supports here. You can review any supports that you've seen in the main story, just like most other games. Now, if you select Nintendo Wi-Fi connection, you'll notice a few things. There's loan units, there's the online shop. Now, download is how you get those bonuses. The 3 downloadable chapters, plus the bomb drop, rainbow potion, and, I actually forgot what the third one is. Anyway, if you go here into the Wi-Fi battle menu, something I actually will say though, while I'm making my team, the translation team actually translated the Wi-Fi setup utility that comes with the game. Yeah, that is how dedicated they were. Like, seriously, I applaud them for that. That's amazing. Especially seeing as pretty much no one's ever actually going to use that. Now, I'm just going to bring Marth, Mary Sue, obviously. You don't have to bring Marth. Katria, Elrond, and hey, I might as well go for Ryan. You can also reclass on this screen as much as you want. So, yeah, there's that option. Of course, none of her other classes can use the Mercurius, so I'm going to keep her as Swordmaster for the time being. Right, let's save this team. Oh yeah, these cards, you get them by winning online games. So I don't have access to any of them, and I never will, because I never will play Wi-Fi. So let's just call this team Test A. I actually didn't need any other tests. Now, at this point, I made a team consisting of characters I hated, but I'll just skip this because it didn't end up being useful. Okay, so there's the fail team. Let's see if you can guess which characters those guys are. I'll give you a hint though, Aaron's not one of them. I actually really like that guy. Anyway, you can change the card of that thing, but anyway. Here you can choose practice, and yeah, you can only practice with one of your teams. Now here you get to choose the map, and this is interesting. This feature is technically new from the perspective of this game. You see, Shadow Dragon actually added a whole bunch of extra maps to multiplayer mode. All of these maps you see here, all of these are actually from Shadow Dragon. You might think, hey, that's not new, they're all from Shadow Dragon. Except the Japanese version of Shadow Dragon only had one available map. The first one. Oh, also this auto handicap is also unique to the English version. Basically, the English localization added a whole bunch of extra maps, plus a random map selector. This was in fact not present in the Japanese version at all. So, the Japanese players only had access to one map, which is kind of annoying. And yeah, thing is, this is my first experience ever playing these maps, because I only ever played the Japanese version of Shadow Dragon. So, yeah, let's play a map then. I decided to choose this one, just because this is a big wide open map. It reminded me an awful lot of Chapter 1 of FE4. That's why I chose this one. You know, a lot of a really big wide open space, a castle. You know, it just gives this huge FE4 vibe. Now, I actually didn't realise this. See that time limit I've got? I don't think I've seen that in Shadow Dragon either, although I could be wrong. Damn low movement range mages. Ryan has the boots, you will notice, and of course that means that that opposing Ryan also has the boots. So, this could be a problem. Yeah, see him moving really far. Okay, my plan at this point is to run in and take out Catria as soon as I can, just because it's a pretty easy kill. I've also, though, got to watch out for exposing Ryan to those guys. Elrond turned out to be surprisingly tough, as you'll see in a bit. But, other Ryan, I'm a little worried about other Ryan, too. I guess I could call it Outrealm Ryan. I don't know, I guess these ones are from an alternate universe. Anyway, sadly I'm 1 damage off of 1 hit kill. And because I believe Ryan's strength is maxed, that is in fact as high as I can go. Now, Catria can run in, and, oh boy, Elrond has Excalibur equipped at the moment, doesn't he? This is not going to end well. Yikes. Well, he is 1-hit KOing me. Yeah, brave weapons are really useful in situations like this, because they're pretty much the only way that characters will be able to double themselves. So, yeah, brave weapons. Because there's no pair-up system, I'm using the Again Staff here to retreat Ryan. Now, I am pretty sure the AI here doesn't actually know how to use the Again Staff, so there's an advantage for me. I would be really, really annoyed if they did know how to use it. The AI in Awakening for Spot Pass teams, surprisingly enough, actually does, and Street Pass teams, I mean Street Pass teams, really, basically Street Pass teams that include Olivia, the game actually, the AI does know how to use them. And, oh wow, Elrond's attacking Mary Sue. Yeah, he's sick and tired of being her Darko in leather pants. Oh wow, it's Mary Sue versus Mary Sue! Cannon is going to explode! Run! Run! Abandoned ship, abandoned universe, cannon is going to explode and oh, wow, crap. Wow, did Ryan just kill Mary Sue? Wow, okay. Thank you for that, Ryan. Ding dong, the Sue is dead. That was interesting. Wow, so Mary Sue's dead. And, well, let's rejoice. The Sue is finally gone. We have extracted our revenge. Okay, if Marth hits twice, I might be able to get rid of the other Sue. Yes! Die, abomination! You don't belong in this world! Cannon is saved! Now we just need to take out these guys. So, we've defeated the evil of Mary Sue and saved Cannon. And that is interesting. And you you have higher crit than me. I believe that is... Wait a minute. No. Oh, it must be the Earth Sphere contained within Marth. Shouldn't it? Yeah, I think Marth's shield still has the Earth Sphere. Gives the Earth Sphere bonus. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, of course that would happen. Damn it! Well, that's kind of weird. Being killed by yourself. Interesting experience. Okay. And revenge crit. Okay, things are getting surprisingly bloody at this point, but, right, okay, it's 3 on 2. We should be getting close, and I've got a higher crit chance than you, so... Hopefully... See if I can... Well, I do the other Marth. I don't do that much unless I try to use the Brave Weapon. He's got a hell of a lot of max stats and the Falchion, so I've got to watch out for that. Now again, when you're facing yourself, you want to take every advantage you can. Stack support bonuses, or that's much better in Awakening, and terrain. Making good use of terrain is really useful, and oh, I'm sorry, Cantria, you were going to die anyway, I'm sorry. There's no way you could survive that. It was going to get killed by him or Elrond. In fact, Marth's, I believe the Wormslayer still works on the other, I mean the Falchion's Wormslayer effect still works on, wow, that's weird. Okay, still works on Wyvern, so she would have got owned by Marth's Falchion anyway. Right there. Now this is interesting. Enemy Marths in multiplayer. This is in fact the only way you have of seeing what Marth's enemy palette looks like. Barring hacking. Speaking of hacking, hacking really runs rampant in Wi-Fi battles. Expect everyone you face to have Imhulu. Oh no! Great! It's down to Ryan versus Ryan. Come on, Ryan, you can do this. You can do this. You can beat yourself. This is going to be interesting, though, because we've both got the exact same stats at this point, except I'm on a fort and he's not. Oh, right. Now, I should be able to... okay, this basically just comes down to who crits first, really. No crit from me. Oh, of course, crit from him. Yeah, that was, well... that was embarrassing. I just lost to myself. Damn it. That was pure luck, though. I couldn't have done anything about that. That was really a case of whoever crits first wins. Right then, on to the next thing. Before we leave, I just want to try something involving the music here. So if we just do another random practice battle... yeah, that practice didn't show up in my records. Just with the fail team. On the first map with fog on. Let's just check this out. Okay, so the music is the Fog of War theme, okay. In Shadow Dragon, this theme only ever played in Wi-Fi battles with Fog of War. Now, if I turn the fog off... yeah, it's the standard map theme. Okay, so that music only plays with Fog of War, that's interesting to know. Okay, it's also a remix of the Fog of War theme from Fire Emblem 5. Now, one more thing I wanted to show. Yeah, just to make sure I've shown off everything this game has to offer, I'm going to show you what Lunatic Plus mode looks like. Now, actually no, not Lunatic Plus, Lunatic Reverse. Sorry about that, Lunatic Plus is Awakening. Oh boy, I'm so glad this game doesn't have Lunatic Plus. Anyway, let's just randomly make a new My Unit. I'm just going to call them the default name as of Awakening, Chris with a K. Anyway, like I was saying, Lunatic Reverse is a new mode unlocked after beating Lunatic mode. Now the interesting thing is, you can choose whether to do Lunatic Reverse at this point on Casual or Classic. Now, here's the interesting thing, if you beat regular Lunatic on Casual, you will only unlock Lunatic Reverse on Casual. In other words, you won't be able to do Lunatic Reverse Classic until you've actually beaten regular Lunatic on Classic. Beating regular Lunatic on Classic, I believe, unlocks both of them. Now, I'm just gonna... Oh, here I just closed my eyes and randomly pressed the keys. So I just wanted to create a random guy. And I end up with this. Interesting. There's a reason why I decided on Knight. Now here, I actually had to go to Serenade's Forest and look up stat things. Because I wanted to make sure to kind of optimize my stats, to make sure that I don't die really, really fast in the prologue. Because if you don't optimize your My Unit build in Lunatic and Lunatic Reverse, you will get brutally slaughtered. Seriously. Like, you actually have to optimize your My Unit build, or you will not get past the prologue. This is kind of part of the reason why I don't like playing Lunatic so much, because it effectively forces you to rely on certain strategies rather than being able to do stuff yourself. So basically, yeah, Okay, so with these selected, it's time to begin, and if you look really closely, you'll see I'll get a special file background there. It's all purple and has 3 or is it 4 stars next to the L. So if we skip this, we go back to the player phase here. Now you'll notice here that my unit begins with 2 vulneraries. There's a very good reason for this. If you didn't begin with that many vulneraries, this chapter may well be unwinnable for certain builds of my unit. So, and yeah, wow, the tutorial being unwinnable, that's just how insane Lunatic is. So, how different is Lunatic Reverse to regular Lunatic? You're about to find out. Watch what happens when I attack this guy. Notice how he hit me first, and now he does his second attack. Yes, in Lunatic Reverse, enemies strike first when attacked, even during your turn. In a sense, this is effectively as if the enemies all had a built-in vantage skill. It's effectively treated like this. So if the enemy is going to double, what happens is, they hit their first attack, you do your next attack, they do their second attack, and if you would double, you then do your next attack. So it's, yeah, kind of like, yeah, enemies have a built-in vantage, basically. This applies to all enemies, including Jagan here. So when I attack him... okay, I hope I've got a lot. So, yeah, he gets to hit me first. This is part of the reason why I chose the Knight my unit build, because otherwise I would have got slaughtered here. I've heard that Fighter and Pirate, I think, are generally the 2 best ones for Lunatic mode. Skipping that, because yeah. Now, see here, I can finish him off right now, but before I finish him off, he gets to get 1 cheap shot on me. Yeah, be careful of this, or you will find your characters dying to enemies you thought were easy pickings. Again, be really, really careful here. So, yeah, that's basically how Lunatic Reverse works, and that was a nice level up, actually. I would keep this file, except I'm not crazy enough to play this mode. I swear my unit had a different line there in the regular game. I guess it's different from male and female ones. So anyway, I'm just going to show off the next chapter because I want to show something interesting about Lunatic Reverse. Something that you're probably going to have to rely on, and something that makes a certain class a whole lot more useful than it used to be. So yeah, blah blah blah, I didn't do anything, I'm totally not an assassin. Spoilers! Skip this. Yeah, that's 4 stars, isn't it? Yeah. And I did casual just because, yeah, I'm kind of a wimp. Anyway, skip this. Okay, right then. First, we're gonna have to let Luke come to us. And by the way, no, Luke does not get to keep those lunatic stats when he joins. Sadly, this game has no hard mode bonuses for enemies. Enemies always have the same stats, regardless of which mode you recruit them in. So Luke there, sorry, those Uber stats are not going to carry over when he joins you. Oh, come on, stop being cheap and attacking Ryan, go for me! Oh, good thing he didn't double, otherwise we'd have been in serious trouble. Anyway, let's go ahead and attack Luke. Now, he's going to get the first hit in. Now, I actually didn't skip this dialogue here, because it turns out that Luke's quote for battling my unit is actually very different if they're male compared to female. So, here he's annoyed about them, overshadowing the rest of them. That would have been really appropriate to marry Sue, actually. But anyway, I get 1 hit in, and wow, Luke has freakishly high HP. He gets another hit in. Now, here's where things get interesting. What happens if I attack Luke with Ryan? Now, technically speaking, Luke is supposed to go first, but because he can't counterattack at this range, then, yeah, he doesn't get his attack. Cut off this, we don't need to see that. Okay, let's just stop right there. So basically, that's just generally how Lunatic Reverse works. What we learn from this is, archers and other long-range classes are much, much, much more valuable in Lunatic Reverse than they are in regular Lunatic. Because archers are one of the only classes that can attack enemies without risk of being countered. Now, interestingly enough, I've heard archers are similarly take a level in awesomeness in Awakening's Lunatic Plus mode. In that case, it's for a different reason. Namely, that archers in Lunatic Plus don't have to worry about enemies with counter. Oh boy, did counter get a buff in that game. Ugh, wow, that was annoying. So anyway, this game, Lunatic Reverse. Archers, very, very useful. considerably more useful than they are in the normal game. And as such, yeah, Ryan is quite valuable. As are any archers, really. Again, though, the point still stands that, I made that point right at the beginning. Sniper is a good class, Archer isn't. Snipers are really, really, really good, but being an Archer is seriously detrimental to you, so you want to get your guys out of Archer as soon as you can. Now, in a lot of Lunatic Reverse playthroughs, you see a whole lot of pre-promotes being reclassed to snipers. Yeah, that's the reason. Snipers are very, very useful in Lunatic Reverse, because again, they can strike the enemy without fear of a cheap counterattack. And that's basically Lunatic Reverse, and that's all I need to say about that mode. I'm not going to be touching that mode, by the way. So, with that, I think we're actually done with pretty much most of this game. Except for that one little thing with, Medius, and that conversation in BS4. But seriously, I'm leaving that till we get a, until I get a turn-by-turn walkthrough, because seriously, yeah, I'm gonna upload that, when I get the chance, which will probably be a very, very long time, and I won't really consider that a proper part of the playthrough. So, basically, this means that, for all technical purposes, this playthrough is over. I already gave my final thoughts on the game, so I'll just say, once again, I really enjoyed this game. Final thanks to the Heroes of Shadow, your efforts are amazing. Without you, I would never be showing this game off on YouTube right here, never being able to talk about how much I love it. Again, a final damn you to whoever at Nintendo decided not to localize this game. Of course, they made up for it by localizing Awakening brilliantly. A few characterizations notwithstanding, but I'll get to that when I cover Awakening eventually, believe me. Sorry, just a heads up, there are one or two characters in Awakening who I don't really like what the localization did to them. For the rest, I think the localization is brilliant, so I'll just leave it at that. Anyway, that's basically all I have to say about this game then. I might do one more video, just a fun little extra thing. I'd like to actually show off what all of Luke's nicknames are for my unit. So, like I said before, his nickname varies based on my unit's eyes. And since male and females have different eye styles, then, he's got a lot of potential nicknames. So, I'll have to just play a couple of things and then, the lowest difficulty, obviously, and just try and record what all of Luke's nicknames are for my unit. Anyway, other than that, that's basically all I'll be doing in this game. I feel pretty satisfied that I've covered just about everything I can, except for that one bit in BS4, like I said. So, yeah, thank you so much if you've watched this whole thing, and I'll see you in my next playthrough, which will be coming soon. So after this, I'll be moving on to something a bit different that's not Fire Emblem. You'll see. I'm going to give myself a bit of a challenge for this next game, so it's not going to be a typical playthrough. Again, you'll find out when the time comes. Until then, this is Big Clingy signing off.